We're gonna add Jay, even though we haven't gone live.
I
Well,
tried
we
to
are
do
live,
this. Look what happens. Oh, wait. I got to edit again.
because I know he's gonna try and mess around with his audio anyway. Danny, it should be on Facebook.
Okay.
Jay, do you hear us? We're live. Oh, bye, Jay. Nice to see you, buddy. It's always funny listening to this like littleness before we hit the intro thing, and you're like in your background.
Right. I tried to do this, and it's green, and it just didn't work. And then I tried to blur myself, and that's what happens. So the sun is having.
The sun it
issues.
is. You're shiny.
You're
shiny.
shine bright, like.
Do you hear us now, Jay?
Yo.
Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, I'm hitting the StreamYard intro. Give me a minute. Let this 15-second thing play. Welcome to SND Podcast 328. The boys are here. Got our boy Jay Lopez from down in Florida.
What's
joining
up?
us. So how hot is it in Florida today? Like, did we beat Florida today? Because today was brutal.
It depends. Where were you guys in terms of degrees?
99.
Think about
till
hell,
100.
but think about worse.
I'm sure we could beat that over here. The past few days it's been about 102, and probably an extra few degrees more just for the hell of it. Yeah, it's pretty brutal here in the summertime. I know it could be brutal in New York too, but it's bad over here.
I think today and tomorrow were heat advisories.
Today, and
Yes.
yesterday.
And tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow it said it might drop, but then go back. I don't know. I'm just sick of it.
Listen, the greatest job in the world forever will be a weather person. You get paid a ton of money, and you're only right 50% of the time. You never have to be right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when what's his name, Dennis Quaid, got it wrong, and then next thing you know, there was just snow everywhere.
No, but Dennis Quaid got it right. They didn't listen to him.
So Vin and I have this problem where we go into like movie things to talk about real life situations.
No, see, it's
So,
not just
like
movie
when
things.
Dennis Quaid walked from California to New York and a day after tomorrow.
Steven and I talk about the movie The Day After Tomorrow more than the people who made the movie The Day After Tomorrow.
More than the people that were in the movie.
Dennis Quaid, Jake Gyllenhaal, none of these people have talked about this movie more than we have talked about this movie.
I think I may have seen it one time, and like they showed the best parts in the trailer, so it's like you saw the
Right.
movie and it's like, all right.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty is flying.
still-
That's all right.
I'm
Well, that
still
was
to
what we
this
were
day
talking
trying
about.
to figure out how
Statue of
Dennis
Liberty-
Quaid walked from California to New York.
But also, the Statue of Liberty is in the ice, but then so is the library that they're in. So how
Yeah.
high is the ice? What are we doing here?
Where? How tall is the library?
It's a big library. It is.
Yeah.
Wait, it's a big library, but it's not that tall. It's
No,
not
it's
as tall
not.
as the Statue of Liberty.
No.
According to this movie, they're about the same height.
Nope.
It's wild,
He's
man.
making M&Ms. And his solo cup. All right.
What
So-
up, D?
First and
How you doing?
foremost,
Hang it in
Jay,
there.
question. Fantasy football question. Are we doing your free league this year?
Yeah. I gotta set all that. Well, I just,
you got 50 days. Just
One
remember,
press of a button and it'll be back on.
Just so anybody paying attention right now knows, Jay's known for holding off on that button until like 3 hours before kickoff in the first game, and then us all having to scramble to draft to get our teams together.
And then trying to get like a live show out of it. Come on,
Right,
guys,
and-
let's go.
Remember being in Queens at Danny's place trying to get this together? We were like calling Vin, being like, "Yo, I know we got this in like 2 minutes, but you want to join the league?
Yeah.
You just gotta pop on like right now because the draft just."
Because all Jay's Spanish friends were on Spanish people time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the draft's tonight? Like, yeah. It's been going down for the last 3 weeks.
Yep. I think I've had that league for what? I mean, I made it
Has to
when I
be-
still lived in New York.
It had to be over 10 years because you and me
Yeah.
have been friends for 10 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I've
to
been in
think
it
that.
for at least 5+.
Yeah. At least
Maybe
because
6.
I've been living in Florida going on 6 already. So, yeah, it's
Damn.
probably more than that.
So probably like 7, 8. Yeah, like the.
Yeah.
Wow. I was thinking about it the other day, Danny. This show's gonna be 10 years old in October.
I know.
Cool.
And the
So
Giants
crazy.
have not won one playoff game.
And on top of it, the Packers still only have 1 ring,
Yeah.
but they have a new owner, so we'll get into that in a little bit.
Shout out
We'll
to
get
that
into-
boat game, though. Shout out to that boat.
Shout
game.
out. That was the only playoff game.
You still haven't won a championship since then.
You haven't won a
Easy
playoff
on the
game
Don't
with your
waste-
supposed Hall of Fame quarterback.
Don't waste my questions. All right. Stop.
Says this is the guy with the quarterback with the stupidest tattoo in the world is arguing right now with us.
I can't deny the tattoo is stupid.
Can I get a
Okay.
John Brown? All right. So Vin has the 2 biggest hardos on his teams right now. We have Pete Alonso acting like it's Game 7 in the home run derby, and we have Aaron Rodgers. It was like whenever Snacks was making fun of Pete on Monday night, I'm like, yeah, it's warranted. I can't even defend it. And then Steve acting like deadlifting 90 pounds was like a biggest defeat. And I'm like, all right, for good juju, I'm not calling him out on it. But I'm like, it is what it is. And I saw the plates. It
What
was
did I
like
care about?
45
I just thought it was funny. Awesome that he was doing that. I
Yeah,
didn't
was
call him
funny.
out on it.
No, you
Share
said
it.
this guy's awesome. I'm like, he's not doing
Who
it.
said that this guy's awesome? I said this guy's nuts.
The only reason he won the first 2 is he just cared about it more than the rest of the people.
Yeah,
And then he got
and I love, and we all know how much I love Pete, so it's not even about that. But it was just so funny, and the ESPN cameras just milking it up the whole time,
yeah.
and then meditating. Like, Pete, take it easy, man. It's not that serious.
He's such an idiot.
Whatever. 2 years in a row of him winning it without us making the playoffs. Maybe him losing it's the juju we need.
I think I realized that when your team is good, I don't care about the All-Star game. I watched Jeff set bad. I watched him get hit in the foot. Shocking. And then I was
Shocking.
like, I'm going to
And
bed.
John Smoltz technically hit him in the foot. That was the crazy thing.
Yeah, John Smoltz
Yeah.
is calling
All these
calling
years
pitches
later,
and hit
this
him in the foot.
goddamn Brave is still hurting us.
And I watched the Pete at bat with Nestor and Trevino. That was pretty cool.
See,
I didn't
missed
want.
that,
I didn't want.
but I heard it was good. I watched it.
of the game.
I saw a clip of them. I think they struck out.
They struck out the side, but they walked Pete.
And then
Right.
And then Marte and Diaz didn't
forgot.
even. Marte we knew wasn't going to play.
And
Right.
yeah,
Marte
and
wins
Diaz
for
didn't
best
pitch.
outfit. I'm wearing that opening day to the Giant game, by the way. Rock that same outfit as Marte.
You're not gonna
The
wear a shirt
the
to a
suit
Giant
short
game.
and the sports jacket, and that's it. No
Well,
shirt.
you're gonna die if he.
Did they let you in the building?
Technically, I'm wearing a
Yeah,
jacket.
they let you in stadiums without shirts on, right? People do it all
Yeah,
the
why
time.
not?
I think.
Yeah.
People, well, they
It's a
don't
weird
let you in.
place.
They don't let you in with it. They let you take it off while you're in.
Okay, I guess you got to come. You
Ah.
gotta walk in with a shirt.
Walk in with a shirt. So anyway, we're talking about fantasy football because we had our league, Danny, Van, and I, the Road to Glory. That's been going on a long time.
I'm the reigning, defending, universal, undisputed champion.
Anywho,
Son of a bitch. Well, because he drafted Cooper Cup.
Hey,
Ah, I think everybody who drafted Cooper Cup won something.
hey, man.
Pretty much, yeah. I think so.
I also drafted Matt Stafford. So what's your point?
Nah.
so we are a keeper league, and this is last year's standings, how it ended. That was updated in January. So we are going to now
What place did I come in this? I think I made the playoffs. I don't know.
dead. That's the place.
Put it
Dead.
back up for a second. Yeah. Okay. 5th place. All right. Fine. That's fine.
Greatest show on paper.
That was
You made
me.
playoffs.
I made the playoffs. Yeah, it's fine.
He's gonna get a tattoo now because he made the playoffs with 2 lions facing each other in a circle.
Why are there 2 of the same animal? Pick 2 different animals.
Well, the two animals make sense. But
Uh,
family.
he
Oh,
saw
no.
your boy Kaminsky in Doctor Strange, and now he wants to be an Illuminati. So that's what it is. That's what we're going.
I'm very surprised he didn't like. Well, there's still time because like training camp is starting. He's gonna do something Top Gun themed because Miles Teller is like his best friend.
Yo, he's coming in with the
He
mustache and the
always
glasses.
does something Top Gun with themes.
Well, he does something. They do something themed for every like whatever board of directors thing, which I think is coming up the end of the week.
Are you
So it's gonna be
invited to
something.
it? Considering you're part
No,
owner?
I didn't even
Oh.
send my vote. I didn't even send my
Yeah,
vote.
did you do that? Did you have it?
I
handy
thought we were
this
doing
time?
it on
Let
the
me get
show.
it. Hold on, it's right here. I think. Hold on.
Okay. Well, he grabs that. So just so while he goes to grab that. Danny, you may have to pull your mic away from your shirt, by the way.
Oops, sorry.
Yep, all good. What we're gonna do, this is a draft generator website. Literally, I'm just gonna scroll down and click a button, and we are going to have the official draft order for this year's draft. We are in a keeper league, so we're doing this now so we can all know where we're drafting, so we can kind of figure out where we want to keep and lose picks and all that fun stuff.
I already did mine, but what day is the keeper thing again? This deadline?
The Monday after my birthday, I
Okay.
believe either the 15th or the 22nd. The 28th is the draft.
Sounds good.
It's weird because Ben texted me and said that he did his also, but I can't see it anywhere. So it's not like I know if it's actually locked in.
Okay.
So just to give you that heads up. Also,
Yeah, I think mine was fine.
Okay. I don't know where Vin went, but Jay, you're our extra eyes to show that, as you can see, we're in the
Well,
we're in
Vin
the order.
went to go get the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
package.
Yeah, I know. But Jay's that extra unbiased eyes to see that.
All right.
You know,
It's not that big of a deal. Just hit the OK button.
I know it's not a big deal, but you know there's gonna be Ryan.
No one cares. Just hit the button.
Do we redo it because Vin's not here and he got the second?
Shit.
Redo it quick. Redo it real quick.
All right.
Nobody saw it. All right. Where's Ryan? Ryan's towards the bottom here. Okay, that's not bad. All right, I got 12. I'll take 12.
Yeah, I got 8. I always get 8.
You're always in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
You got the double picks.
I got those back-to-backs. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, my biggest problem at this moment, and let me just screenshot this so I can send it into our
Oh, I
group.
already did it.
Oh, you did? Did you send the screenshot into the group?
I just hit the photo.
Okay, cool. Thank you. My biggest thing is my first round pick is Tyreek Hill. And I love Tyreek Hill, but
that's not that same quarterback, dude.
that's definitely not Pat Mahomes throwing on the ball. Considering they slowed down the football in the video that they showed of him throwing a football to him.
It's rough. They should have just let Brady come in, man. Shoot. He's going to own that team at some point.
No, what they should have done is signed Drew Brees in 2006. And they wouldn't have this problem right now, or they may have this problem, but it'll be at least like a championship caliber franchise at this point.
Yeah.
Jay, I'm watching AEW. Who's this giant tattooed guy beating up Darby Allin?
I'm assuming that's Brody King. I don't see it I don't have it up yet, but
he got two
tattoos all over
his back.
all over his chest and all that stuff. Giant, big, hairy kind of.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Brody King. He's a part of Malachi Black's crew over there.
He's the guy
House
who
of
beat
Black.
up. He's the guy who beat up. Who barely lost, I think, to
Moxley
a couple weeks ago, and then Darby came out to say good match or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Darby Allin did a signing at some like skate shop or something like that. And Brody King attacked him during the autograph signing. Can you imagine being a fan and you're waiting to get an autograph and the wrestler has to leave because he got his ass kicked? but that is, yeah, that's Brody King. He's pretty good. He's a monster, as you can tell. He's pretty good.
For sure.
I know
There it
what
is.
Jay's excited about.
No idea where it
Next
is, but I
weekend.
have the certificate if we want to.
Yeah,
Jay's excited next weekend for
So you got the
Ric
second
Flair
pick of the-
final match.
final match.
Ben, you got the second pick.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Nice.
We
Thanks.
tried to do it like 6 times to get rid of it, but it didn't work. So
Thanks. Appreciate it.
We did the Madden. I don't like my team randomized, so you got one
So
more.
there you go. That's my
randomized 3
certificate. I'm
times, and if
officially
All right.
my
I'm shocked that's
certificate.
not hung up yet.
It's not because you know what it is. It's a little bigger than like a normal picture frame, so I have to get like a specific picture frame for it. That's about it. Yeah.
So now that you're like a CFO, we have championship aspirations. All right.
We
so
don't.
it's already downhill.
No, my.
It's already gone downhill. They got
As they will tell
who was
you-
in there today, John Brown.
And yeah, as they will tell you, my aspirations are start the Jordan Love era because I'm sick of this fucking idiot. Who got the first pick, by the way?
Ben.
Ben.
He's not even gonna fucking be there. I get the first pick then. That doesn't count.
Whatever. He gets a kicker.
He
First
he
pick
gets,
overall.
I'll give
He
him
better
Justin
hope-
Tucker.
He better keep his first round pick so that way he could get it.
Yeah, he can get Justin Tucker. That's fine.
Justin Tucker, no, we're going Detroit Lion kicker.
Hey, they score a lot of field goals. So.
Prater? Prater's pretty. I think it's Prater. It was.
Is he still
It
there?
was Prater.
Is
It
Matt
was.
Prater still there? Or is he on a drinking rampage again?
Ooh, he might be.
He's been in the clear for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So
All right. He was playing in Denver. There's a lot of beer there.
Oh, he's in Arizona now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it makes no sense for them actually paying for a kicker.
Well, they had to pay for somebody. They're not paying anybody else.
I typed in Lions kicker on Google. It gave me Jason Hansen. Those were the days. He was the kicker in like 2005. Yeah.
Jason Hansen.
Their place kicker right now is Riley Patterson
Never heard of him.
out of Memphis. His
All right,
player history.
We're not really going to look at the player history of the Detroit Lions kicker, are we?
No,
It's already on this. It's already here, so it's all good. It's already listed. This guy's been wavered and injured for the Minnesota Vikings forever. Hey Jay, he was a practice squad guy for the Packs.
For
Oh,
a
look
month. All right, great.
Minnesota, New England, and Detroit.
So they kept bringing him in.
Patterson.
He's that guy they kept bringing in case somebody's been hurt, basically.
Yeah. Got it.
In case they
Okay,
needed a COVID
The-
kicker.
Kobe kicker, yeah.
That was basically his.
Oh, that's
he was the
probably what it
COVID
was.
kicker. Now
That's his title.
his punishment is the Lions. Congratulations, kid.
You made it.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, you're in the show, man.
Yeah.
That's true.
Listen, you're getting a paycheck to wear sweatpants on the sidelines every week.
Sign me up. I'll do that too.
You know, it's funny. You guys ever see the guys on the players on TikTok? Gronkowski's brother does it a lot. Like answers questions. He talks about it. You get charged tax for the city you live in. That's your residential address. The city of the team you play for. And the city of which the game is played.
Right. That's why everybody flocks to Florida
Right.
Right.
and Dallas.
That's why everyone has houses in Florida.
Right.
And why who did the Giants sign last year that was like, thank you God for who had the big game against New Orleans? The receiver.
John Brown.
Was it John Brown?
Yeah.
New Green Bay Packers. That's why Vin picked him up. He had one good game against the Saints. So
Yeah.
They just need.
And Sammy Watkins.
Then
John
you
Brown
need
and Sammy Watkins.
There you go. That'll
Let's
make up for
go.
Devontae.
The only
Okay, my
99
first
wide
question for you as
receiver.
an owner. My first question for you as an owner.
Does it say that we're officially starting the press conference?
How did you feel when you got the alert that Devontae Adams was a 99 overall in Madden for the season?
He's always a 99 overall. He's the only 99 overall in Madden, and I'm happy for him. I have no
He's
hate.
not the only one receiver wise.
He's the only receiver. He's the only receiver. I have no hate toward Devontae Adams. He wanted to go because everyone knows how strong the ties of Fresno State College are.
Hell yeah,
you
man.
really you had to go back and play with your Fresno State brethren like it's fucking Alabama.
Wasn't Fresno State the team that Reggie Bush did the stop with the fake behind his back with the ball, Danny?
Probably.
Are they even
He,
in
like-
the pack? I don't even know conferences. I don't mean
They were.
There's no
They
such
were
thing as
in
conferences in
whatever
football
the pack
in college
was.
football.
They were there. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they were definitely.
UCLA and USC coming to the pack, the Big Ten.
That's gonna be rough when they have a 7 a.m. game.
Oh shit.
9 a.m.
12
sorry.
o'clock kickoffs.
So, Vin.
I
So,
can't
yeah.
wait to see USC's crowd at Rutgers.
So, what's your thought on being the last time an Italian from New York took over the Green Bay Packers? They won a ton of championships. How are you gonna replicate that? And are you gonna be ready to have a trophy named after you?
I'm gonna get that NFL package again that was useless last year and watch all the games on my phone from that rest stop in New Jersey. That's
Sounds good. Okay, sounds good. I like it. Are you gonna have a particular?
See,
dish
that place
while you
used
eat
to
that?
be a lot better because it used to have Roy Rogers. Now it doesn't have Roy Rogers. It's not.
Roy Rogers, wow.
Now,
Wow.
now
Have you
it's
actually
exciting.
stopped at that rest stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
When before we would bring the grill and I was like super young, we would sometimes stop and pick up like some chicken from Roy Rogers and go sit in the lot with it.
Okay.
Preseason games, we would do
Sure.
that every so often. I remember one preseason game we went to go do it and we didn't know that they closed down the actual rest stop itself for renovations. And so right outside it had like porta potties for people to use if they had to go, and then also a coach bus Burger King.
Okay,
Coach, but I mean that sounds great.
interesting.
It was like a food truck Burger King, and we were like, well, this is definitely safe. Let's but we were like starving, so we didn't really have much of a choice.
All right, Vin, random question for you.
Sure.
Why didn't Jeopardy give Aaron Rodgers the gig?
You know, clearly they're just.
I mean, they
you
knew the
know,
tattoo was coming.
They're just. It's just the liberal. It's just the liberal media that can't handle. Obviously, I like the girl from Big Bang Theory. I have watched her a couple times.
Amy.
Well,
Yeah,
she is
she's
really
good.
smart. So.
No, she is like a fucking.
No,
genius.
she's like known.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah,
known
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. She's like
And-
almost a legit doctor.
The other dude, the guy, the winner dude, Ken Jennings, him. He's good too. I honestly think he will at some point do it, like not
Permanently?
permanently, but he'll do it like for a whole off season once he retires. Well, a whole year once he retires.
Yeah, that was going to be like a secondary. Like, do you see Aaron Rodgers in other forms of entertainment after he retires?
He will do that. I don't think before last year.
It's not going
I
to be.
thought-
It's not going to be football related.
I talked about this, Steven. This is another thing we're talking about with the day after tomorrow. Up until week 7 of last year, he was like widely considered a very smart guy, well respected. Everybody, for the most part, liked him.
And then he put
And
his
then
fucking
it
foot
all
on the
just
screen
fell
at the Pat
apart
McAfee
after
show.
that.
He
It
shoved
all
his
just
toe
fell
into a press
yeah.
conference to show
He
everybody
just-
his turf toe.
He could have just went on the thing and said, "Oh yeah, I'm allergic to that stuff, so I couldn't get vaccinated," and that was it. But no, he went on the whole nonsense thing, and now everybody hates him. So it definitely won't be. I mean, maybe he'll be on Fox. I didn't want to say that, but maybe.
That's Brady
Well,
country
one of
now.
those, one
Yeah,
of those
that's great.
intervention
Oh, I
shows.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
So
that's-
that
that's
might be
pretty-
the only thing. Fox gave Brady a huge contract. CBS is gonna have to be like, "Oh, we got to give Rodgers a contract."
Yeah,
No, you got Tony.
they got Romo. Yeah,
They got Romo, and then is
NBC.
Peyton? Peyton, I guess, is
No, you got.
ESPN?
Yeah, but you got Troy and Joe Buck.
I know, but
Where aren't they? Amazon?
No, they're ESPN.
there is. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Amazon's Al Michaels and
Al
Herb
Michaels,
Street.
yeah, and Herb Street. I know,
But
but
there's no more 4? No more?
Oh, Sunday night is
Oh, Tirico.
Tirico and Collinsworth.
and Collinsworth, yeah.
All right, Ben. Ready?
I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready for this. Please go into detail to explain this to everybody, to the world, please.
It's not a good tattoo. You know what? I'm gonna examine it. What was funny is
What's
The
with
first-
the geometry on
the
the top
first
here
time
with
we
the
looked at it,
stars?
Steven just went, "Is that Orion's belt?" I'm pretty sure that is Orion's belt at the top of it. I
It
don't
looks
know
like
what this.
it looks like something out of the Da Vinci Code or some shit.
Right. Did Tom Hanks draw it for him when he was?
Right. Tom Hanks and his awful hair in that movie. I don't know what this. I wish you could see, but this little like 3-fingered thing over here. It looks like somebody drew a stick figure hand on the left.
I mean, it's a cool tattoo, but it is definitely out there.
I don't
I'm gonna
know
call it a cool tattoo.
what the eyes.
It's like the
Oh.
detail and everything. Like you
Yo.
can tell he paid a lot of money for it.
Like this eye right here.
It's
Like, can
well
you imagine
done.
being a defensive lineman and you just see that eye just start staring at you as you're about to hit him? And you're just like, what the fuck,
I
guy?
don't think he hasn't been on McAfee yet since. I would assume he's gonna do McAfee again this year, but he hasn't been on since this came out. They have
Does
to give him
McAfee
shit.
want him on?
I don't know.
Yeah, McAfee stayed at his house during the golf tournament.
Him and Bakhtiari have to be giving him shit about this because it's just weird. Why is one lion roaring and the other one isn't? I mean,
Well, it's
Yin and
it's
yang.
the
duh.
it's the alignment
it's
of the
a yin,
stars.
yeah, okay,
It's
sure.
the alignment of stars.
Why is you can't see the bottom part here. Like,
It's a
why is
moon.
the circle not? It's a moon. Why isn't the moon at the top?
Maybe it's the sun.
It's a circle.
It's just confusing.
It's a circle. It's a circle.
I just don't. I get a headache looking at it. And I don't know what it is.
Look,
All right,
Yeah.
I could
so
have done this for him for a lot less money. This little 3 squiggly lines over here, we could have done that for him.
Vin,
Oh yeah.
I'm just
so
happy
you
you paid $300 for him to get a tattoo.
how are the Green Bay Packers gonna regain their glory and actually make it to the Super Bowl, and only making it 3 times in 30 years? What is your goal to get the Green Bay Packers over this hump with Aaron Rodgers? If not Aaron Rodgers, Bryce Love. How are you, the owner of the team, going to be looking forward to rebuild this franchise? It's a still prominent franchise, but over that hump.
Well, Danny, you made a Freudian slip there, and you said Bryce Love, and I think that's my plan: is to tank
Oh,
and draft Bryce
yes,
Love. I think
damn
that's
it,
my
I
new
did do that. Yeah.
plan. We're gonna be doing
Excuse
that a
me.
lot if Jordan Love actually plays, and then Bryce.
Jordan Love, my bad.
No, I
Jordan.
want Bryce.
Excuse me, sir. That's our plan. Please remove yourself.
Do you guys love seeing Daniel Jones in all your like hype videos and things like with the jersey?
It was actually
Yeah.
really sad. He didn't even look cool. in the
Doofy.
It's funny too because like
One more
the
year.
hype all last year was all about Tony, and now he's not even like he should be the like.
Okay,
He
There
needs
wasn't
to actually
one-
play.
There was, and we do realize that the offensive lineman in that video had the most touchdowns last year in the video.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney
Like
is
that
the most-
says something about your team when the guy who has the most touchdowns in it is an offensive lineman
Kadarius Toney had one good game in a blowout against the Cowboys, and you all went
because
nuts.
he threw a punch.
Well,
He
Did
threw a
he get
punch.
thrown at the end of the
Yeah,
game?
he
He got
did.
thrown out,
He threw a
right?
punch.
Yeah, but he
went
had
off.
like 124 yards before that.
yeah, he went
Yeah,
off
he was
and then
going
he
off.
punched.
And then he decided to just turn and punch somebody.
Right,
And
but
no
that
judge
was-
was screaming, "Get the fuck off the field!"
He was like, apparently at that point, he was the greatest player in history. And then
I
he
was
another-
at the
whoa,
bar.
whoa.
I was at the bar because of my
And then
never
he had
did.
the good drive against the Rams the following week, and we got
Didn't he
excited.
want to
And
get
then-
traded?
No, that was Pat Leonard making bullshit up.
Okay.
So I was at the bar watching the Cowboy game.
That he didn't back down. That's the
Joe
funniest thing. He was on-
Cusimano was bartending. The guy throws a punch, and Cusimano brings a shot glass and a bottle of vodka and just pours it and goes, "You're welcome," and walked away. And I go,
Sounds like something Joe would do.
this is why I come drink with you, buddy. This is why I drink with you."
I mean, that game was whatever. That game sucked.
Was that?
But
That was
yeah,
a
he had
disaster.
that,
That
one.
was it the first Mike Glennon game?
Well,
No.
yeah, halfway. Yes,
Halfway. That was the game Daniel Jones stood up
Got
and then fell
cocked.
back down. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He was
'cause
on
we
to
had
having a
Saquon
good
Barkley
game.
on the one, and we were running quarterback.
And that was the game. Yeah, his ankle got rolled up, and then
Right, that was the
Galladay
game
got
his ankle.
hurt, and then Galladay got hurt. That was fun. But then Tony had the first good drive against the Rams. He had like 30 yards on the first drive, and then he got hurt, and then we never saw him again until the Bucks game. I want to say.
The Rams game was before the Cowboy game.
Was it?
Yep, the Rams game was like week 3. The
might
Rams
have
game
to
was the
check
game that everyone kind of looked at it and was like, okay, maybe we got something in this kid if we could just,
No,
utilize him correctly.
I think week 3 was the Eli game.
But the Rams was early.
I think
It was
week
super
3 was
early.
the Falcon game that I went to.
Yeah, that's the game I was just talking about.
Yeah. Which is Eli, you're right. Because I only go to games where Giants get retired.
I wonder what the Ring of Honor game is going to be against the
The
Lions.
way it works. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, as the owner of the Green Bay Packers, Vin
Well,
has
I have
decided
to-
that he's
there-
going
there-
to scout the Detroit Lions.
Well, there's also it's the old NFL brethren thing, I gotta go talk to the Maras, I gotta talk to the Roonies. It's like we're all part of the same brotherhood. I have to go hang out, see what's going on.
You're gonna go talk to the Lions owners and just be like, "Hey, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job."
You're doing a great job.
Nah, I was
that
right.
coach
I-
is a crazy
right.
person, but I kind of like him.
Cowboy game was October 10th, and the Rams game was October 17th.
The Rams felt like an earlier game.
It felt like
Because it was
earlier.
October 17th.
no earlier than that though. Like it felt like
I
It
I
felt,
felt like we were
week
like one of the
3.
first games. That
It was
there.
Monday night though, right?
No, it was
No.
1 o'clock.
Then what game am I thinking of? They played a prime
played
time
back to-
game.
Against the Chiefs
Washington.
and the Washington, the
Week
Chiefs
2 Washington
and-
Thursday night.
yeah, that sucked.
The Chiefs one is the one I'm thinking of because they didn't get blown out, and I was like,
And then
maybe.
the Bucks. And
We
then
all
the
got
Bucks.
super pissed
One of those
off 'cause
games
we all
they
put
didn't get
all of
blown
our
out.
life savings on the Chiefs to blow out the Giants.
Right,
No,
they
it
didn't get
wasn't.
blown out, and I was like, maybe.
Right, Pat
And-
Mahomes. They were driving, and we're just like, "This is gonna be the longest night of our lives." And the next thing you know, we picked off Pat Mahomes
Well,
inside like the
Daniel Jones just throws a back-breaking pick, and you're like, really?
Yeah. Love the back-breaking picks. And okay, so I do have an answer for Danny's question. This is going all the way back. My philosophy and this is the plan. I spoke to the higher ups. This is what we're doing. There's been a long-standing issue with Aaron Rodgers that he doesn't throw you the ball unless he trusts you. Well, guess what? Nobody's
nobody on the team.
So you have
There's
to throw
nobody
it to
on the-
somebody else. You can't throw 450
Lazard.
passes. You can't throw 450 passes to Alan Lazard. It's not going to work. So you either
Speak
throw
for
it.
yourself.
Yeah. He's going to say, "Watch me. Hold my
Well,
beer."
that
Oh.
was going to be my next question for you, Vin.
It's going to be
as-
so fun
as
watching
an
his
owner.
guts there. Why
Was
did you
it?
trade Devontae Adams? Why?
Yeah.
Why did I trade Devontae Adams?
It was pre Vin being
The
owner.
lore. It was
That
That's
was
why they
pre-Vin.
had to send
It was
that.
pre-me.
That
But the
was
lore,
pre-Vin, so they had to send out the letter to him to be like, "Hey, we need you. This guy,
As-
this GM's nuts. We need a fresh."
as
being
I
fresh
talked
mouth.
about, the lore of Derek Carr was just too much. I love Derek Carr. He loves Derek Carr. Everybody loves Derek Carr. So,
Listen, if Vin was in charge, the trade
He'd
would
be
have
our
been the other
quarterback.
way.
yeah,
It would have
he-
been the other way.
yeah.
Derek Carr would be a Packer right now
Exactly.
because they would have got Derek Carr.
That's
You
fine.
imagine Aaron Rodgers with the Raiders?
I
That
would
be awesome.
100% have traded them straight up for each other.
Ooh.
I don't. I'm
that's-
done with your nonsense.
And all
Is
right,
this,
you're
well,
wait,
all-
wait. This
the
goes
city
back
of
to
Green
is
Bay
this
is taking
pre-tattoo
back-
Rodgers trade? Are we trading them straight up for each other pre-tattoo or post-tattoo?
Well, David Carr does have the Jesus tattoo on his forearm as well.
He
Yeah,
is
but that
a
one makes
Jesus
sense.
guy. But at least I get it. But the Jesus people freak me out too. I don't know.
Yeah, he's extra Jesus-y. He actually has it on his
He's-
forearm.
There was a
Very-
TikTok video recently
Jesus.
of the other Carr, David Carr,
David Carr, yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's literally laughing doing a podcast, being like, "Can you imagine if I was in the league now and how many of these guys that hit me would have been thrown out?"
Well, yeah,
That's a good point.
and he started a rumor about Garoppolo coming to the Giants. He also started that.
He started that?
That's right.
That was a dumb rumor.
Yeah, he started that.
You could probably trade a compensation pick like a fifth
But-
round, depending on
But
what
then why
happens
did
with
we
him.
give Tyrod Taylor a 2-year contract?
Because you always give everyone gives Tyrod Taylor a 2-year
No,
contract.
see, no, but that's
There hasn't been a team
smart
that
idea.
hasn't given Tyrod Taylor a
because
2-year
whoever
contract.
you. That's just the way it works. Whoever you bring in after Tyrod Taylor is a good quarterback. So next year when you draft somebody, and Tyrod
When we
Taylor's the
draft
starter,
Bryce
and then the
Love.
new guy comes in, it works.
Very,
Right.
very true.
When we
No, I
when we
got that,
stabbed-
but
when we have our doctor stabbed him in the other rib.
I got that. I like the Tyrod Taylor signing, but we're not trading for Jimmy G
Oh my
because of
God.
Tyrod.
Maybe that's the plan. They're gonna bring in Tyrod and then bring in Jimmy G and go see if the magic works. Like this is,
No, it only works on drafted quarterbacks.
I think
clearly.
it does. Yeah. But if you trade a draft
Maybe
pick
they're
only
trying to
for
get
him,
us to take Jimmy G, and they'll take
right,
Taylor.
and then Trey Lance will be good.
And then Trey
That's
Lance.
the plan. See, they're smart. The Niners are smart. That
John Lynch is
Shanahan.
a genius.
John Lynch has got something up his sleeve. I'll tell you that right now.
Ugh. Boy, I would take anybody to run my team.
Who is the Giants center? Oh yeah, it's the
Shane.
Bills guy. Yeah,
Joe Shane, baby.
Joe the Bills guy. Yeah.
So Shane. Danny, do we have a snacks update?
I haven't heard from him.
Good.
Unfortunately, he's dealing with something, but he did send me a question. So
Oh,
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this.
Okay,
So-
then I'm gonna have to share my big news since he won't come on after your question for him. Go,
I'm
Danny.
going to read it.
Yep.
Finn, as a notoriously atrocious mush, what do you think is mush first, as you know you are an owner? The legendary field or Aaron Rodgers' legacy in losing in embarrassing fashion again?
You know, I don't know how he even knows that I'm a mush. He doesn't know me that well, but he's 100% correct.
Oh, he knows you well enough.
Well, you are a Met fan, so he thinks we are all mushes.
That's a good point. I'm gonna go with the stadium because I'm attending a game this year. If it's still standing when I
Oh.
leave, I'll have one.
Okay.
That's
There you have
See,
it,
the funny
folks.
thing is, it's gonna be Vin and how many fans go in Lambeau?
I don't know.
What's the
80,000.
capacity?
It's the Cowboy game, right?
God damn, you don't even know the capacity of your stadium.
Well, they
just-
redid it like 10
I-
times.
They just added the
81,441.
I said 80,000.
So it's gonna be Vin and 80,000 Cowboy fans at that point. 'cause-
Oh, come on.
because they'll have one win on the season. They'll
With
have
the
one
amount-
win. They're gonna have one win, and it's gonna be in London against
With
the
the
Giants.
amount that I paid for those tickets,
there better
Packer
be a
fans
second
go.
Packer fan. There better be a second Packer fan.
yes, $900 on tickets. They're
Dude.
keeping their tickets.
Yo, Vin, do Packer fans still wear Brett Favre jerseys?
Yes, I
Yeah,
think they're
okay.
all over. For the most part, they're all over it. He is getting sued by the state of Mississippi right now, but I don't really think he's
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, child support.
Also, he
Surprise,
apparently-
surprise. Mississippi and child
the
support.
state just like gave him money for speaking fees that he never actually spoke at.
So now they're asking for it back.
So,
by
yeah,
getting child
somebody
support. Got
figured it out, and they're like, "We need the money back." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So, yeah, if you're wondering why Brett Favre still does things, it's because he needs money.
How are the beautiful and nice people of Wisconsin going to handle a guy from New York with your
Well, if
brashness?
a guy from Mississippi and a guy from California, the New York guy is going to be simple.
I think I'm the least of their worries. I've heard everybody's nice in Wisconsin. The few people I've spoken to on the internet.
When are you
from
going to
Wisconsin.
snap when the fake niceness finally rubs off on you and you're going to finally snap and say, be mean, damn it?
Yeah, I
Are
don't
you
know.
staying in someone's house?
No, I'm
Like,
staying.
as an owner, are you allowed to, like, call someone and be like, excuse me, as
Yeah,
owner of
call
the
your
Green Bay
friend.
Packers, I have the right to stay at your house for the
Yeah,
weekend?
it's very much like the American
Squatters'
Revolution. I can just come in your house and say, I'm coming in and I'm staying here. And
Don't
that's
mind the
just
guy in the cowboy stuff.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
dad.
just-
He's got rights with me.
I'm commandeering your
yeah,
house.
we're
so
commandeering your
Yep.
house, and that's it. And you have a nice day. No, we're
It's actually
I'm
in
not
the,
even.
it's in the $300. You're allowed 1 weekend a year at anyone's house and house of choice.
I have long
Bro-
said there should be a birthright trip involved in this process where I don't have to pay for anything and I can just go. I'm not even staying.
Trip. He wants a birthright trip.
I'm not even staying in the
For
city.
Green
of
The
Bay,
Jews and the
Wisconsin.
Packers. The
Yeah,
Packers and the Jews.
Exactly. Jews like cheese, right?
No.
When it's not around.
As long as it's not
Sometimes.
connected to me, then yeah. It's a lot.
There's a lot of rules with religion that I don't follow.
I don't think any of us.
I'm not even staying in the city of Green Bay, so I don't. I mean, I'm only going to be there for a couple hours.
Milwaukee or Chicago?
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Flying into Milwaukee, driving and staying in Milwaukee, or a little town outside.
Staying in Milwaukee.
Okay.
It's like
I think we read before.
city.
I think when you and I looked up, it was like 3.5, 4 hour.
I think it's like 2.5. I mean, depending on traffic, whatever. It was like 2 from Milwaukee and 4 from Chicago, so we picked Milwaukee. It was just easier.
Okay, before we move forward, so I'm antsy to show this. Danny, I found my old school Giant jersey and made the eBay purchase of all time.
Oh no.
Wait, another
Armani Toomer.
But not just any Armani
So
Toomer.
89.
Got it.
Nice.
He only wore this jersey for 2 years. This number for 2 years. To
Why?
start
Very
his
nice.
career.
Because he didn't get it the 81 that he
Alright,
wanted.
this
It was
Who-
like, just get your
He
number.
was like a
Who
fifth
had
round draft
81?
pick out of Michigan.
Oh,
I don't-
yeah, okay, I guess.
But it doesn't matter.
Nice.
This one will be better for the end of the year because I found the Armstead one, and that one's tiny. It's small on me, so I could wear that one at the Chicago game.
Yeah, I gotta find that jersey. I don't know where my Armstead jersey is.
See,
my
the funny
favorite
thing is,
jersey.
though,
$50 for an 89 Amani Toomer.
everybody who sees you from the
jersey.
front is going to think you're wearing a Mark Navarro jersey.
Well, yeah.
Or a Tony
Or
jersey.
Our new kid's gonna say Tony.
Oh,
I would be
the
a-
newer fans will say.
I would bust his balls and say Kevin Boss.
Hell yeah.
Kevin.
See,
Boss.
that was the most interesting ones. So if you go on the shop, right? So for those who don't know, the Giants released
It
today
made my
2
morning
games
and
this
year this morning.
1990, the 1980s, 1990 blue home jerseys will be worn this year for 2 home games against the Bears and the Skins. I think it's the first week in October and the first week in December, if I remember
Commanders.
correctly.
Correct.
Washington football franchise.
team.
I wish they would have stuck with football team because
I'm
it's
still
significantly
calling
better.
them football team. I
Yeah,
will never call
it's
them.
way better than the Commanders.
The Commanders.
With that being said, interesting. If you go through the NFL shop, they had some interesting names. So they had Barkley, they had Jones, Galladay was on there from the current team.
Those were the big 3.
Leonard Williams, I think, was on there too, right? If I remember correctly.
McKinney. Yeah.
McKinney,
Tony.
yeah. Okay. All the guys basically playing on 1-year contracts they put up there,
Right.
except for Leonard Williams
And Tony.
and Tony.
Oh, and Thomas. I meant
The
to say.
other ones that were interesting. OC never wore it.
Yeah, I said that in my Giant chat.
Shockey never wore it. Shockey
Right.
never wore it.
And
Shockey
Tyree
got
never
there
wore
the couple, and neither did Eli.
I
When
didn't
did
see
Eli
Eli.
came in into.
No,
Eli
I
was
didn't.
on
No,
there,
I'm.
but Eli.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, on the list. I thought I saw Eli. Maybe on the women's I saw Eli when I was scrolling fast. I
Yeah.
saw. I thought
I
I
only
saw
saw
Eli.
OC. Yeah, I only saw OC, Tiki.
Shockey.
Well, Shockey and Tyree. I only saw those 3.
Wait.
And I'm like, they never wore that jersey.
Oh, so
Strahan
they
made
had
sense.
the jerseys
Strahan-
for
Strahan-
sale on the website, but they've never actually.
Not only
worn.
for sale, they were shipping today. They were ready
Ah,
to ship.
God
So this
damn
has
it.
been like, yeah, they were.
Tiki
If you
never
ordered
wore that
today, they're
jersey?
shipping.
He did. He did.
Tiki
Okay.
wore it.
His
Yeah,
first
Tiki
3
wore it.
years.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was the
So
that was the
when
right.
did they
that was
get
like
rid of
the-
it?
I think the last year was
2000.
99.
Right.
2000 was the
2000
first year of the new
jersey
ones.
change. Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
Kerry Collins.
Shockey didn't
was the
come for
jersey.
another 2 years. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Kerry
but-
Collins wore it 1 year.
Right, Kerry Collins wore it in 99.
Kerry Collins would be the way I'd go if I would buy one.
Absolutely.
You know what? You know who else gets to wear their jersey down, Danny, and not look like a fool? The Dave Brown jersey gets to make appearances at tailgates.
Yeah. And yeah,
Dave Brown
then-
jersey.
hell yeah. You'll see a bunch of those. But
Gotta
it
get that
was
Danny
cool to
Cannell
finally.
jersey.
And I was listening to the Giants Huddle podcast with the guy that was helping whatever he works. So since it's a different helmet than the white color rush jerseys, they get to wear the white color rush jersey at least once, but they didn't know what game yet. So that's
Right,
that's
because they
something
made
to
the
watch
rule
out
where
for.
you can wear.
Since I'm colorblind, I didn't realize it was a different shade of navy blue. So that's cool.
On the
And then
helmet,
last
or
night, the white color rush helmet is different from the old school helmet. I never realized that because I'm colorblind. So I always thought it was the
Right.
regular helmet.
it always
So-
looked like the regular helmet.
Yeah, it's a different shade apparently. That's what the guy said on Giants Huddle today. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So they wear the Blues 2 games, and then they will wear the white whatever game they choose.
Right, but that game they could
Too
also,
bad it's
that
not
one that could be a
Thanksgiving
road
'cause of the
game.
Cowboys.
That one
Yeah.
most likely the whites are going to be the Cowboy game because it's prime time.
Well, what would the Cowboys wear though? Oh, the Monday night Cowboy game. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, that's most likely going to be the game that they wear the white jersey if they're going to wear them
Yeah,
at home.
probably.
Because remember, you can wear that on the road. You can go anywhere
Right.
and wear that.
Right.
You know,
It would be
that's-
cool on
that's usually
Thanksgiving, but obviously not.
unless the Cowboys do something where they're going to wear blue. They sometimes wear a throwback something.
Yeah, but they have that one multicolored one, so the white jersey would look
It's
stupid.
the
know,
white
I-
jersey with the blue and the stars on the
Yeah.
At the start, you know, I was
Yeah.
thinking about it. It's like, and since
Yeah.
we have the Pack print, you can't. The Packer jersey is similar like the Yankee jersey. You can't change that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I hate when the Packers wear history jerseys, and
And
even
then
the
they-
Steelers. The Steelers,
And
too.
they also said, he also mentioned that they're already working out for the 2025 season for the 100th anniversary. So we might get that throwback 1925, 1930 jersey for a game because it's the 100th year anniversary as well. So be on the lookout for that. That's what the guy said on the interview today. Because this process took 2 years for the blue jerseys.
Yeah.
That's what it normally takes, they said.
Yeah, it's a process.
So they're already prepping for the 100th season.
Yeah,
for
and
Giants.
then the Patriots, Jay. I see you wearing your red hat. The red
Those
is
are the
back
best
in New
jerseys.
England.
They got to bring those back completely.
Yeah, those red jerseys are dope. Remember, I don't know, you've seen my red Gronkowski jersey years and years
Yeah,
and
of
years
course.
ago, right? Yeah.
Of course, because
Yeah.
they wore that in the
85
50th
Super Bowl.
anniversary. Yeah, they brought that back in the 50 year anniversary.
Yeah.
The year after, like Gronk.
I don't know, man. To the Patriots, that '90s jersey with the big Patriot on the
The
shoulder.
Flying
always
Elvis
gonna
is
be-
good.
Yeah.
There's
That's
something about
always gonna be that Curtis Martin, the Drew Bledsoe Curtis Martin jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that one
Flying
Super
Elvis.
Bowl Brett Favre won when they wore
Yep.
those?
Oh man. You know,
What's gonna be great is when Rodgers wins another MVP this year, so that they both have 3 shit MVPs, but still 1 Super Bowl between the two. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
No, I want Rodgers not to win another MVP, so that way Favre could always be like, "Ha, bitch."
He probably still holds that over him.
He definitely does.
I just
I wonder how many times Favre calls him like, "Yo, can I borrow $1? Can I borrow some money?"
sure. They're like good buddies now. Which
Talking jersey, the other couple jerseys that were released, the Texans had the red helmets, right?
yes,
Which
they
were
look
kind
very
of nice. I'm still saying the Panthers one. Now the
Black
Giants is
helmets,
of course
yeah.
number one. The black helmet though for the Panthers is easily my favorite. Behind
Yeah,
the
it
Giants.
looks cool.
I know the Eagles announced next year they're going back to their
Kelly Green.
Kelly Green.
I like those.
What
Those
has
should be
happened
the
now?
Eagles,
The Jets.
the Jets. Yep,
That's
I agree.
it.
The black and the green and the black. They got to bring those back with the jet written out.
Yeah, the ones that they wore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
helping you out describing what it is.
I don't know why either of your
I don't remember
teams
in black.
changed the
No,
helmets.
it's black lettering, like outlining. If you
Okay.
Google it.
Both New York helmets look better when the word is written out than
Right.
the
Yeah.
than the logo of
I agree.
whatever.
Listen, I have nothing.
mean, I guess
against,
the Jet
I like the
logo is
modernized Jet look. I do like the look that they have. The modernized
hate
look
it.
that they have. I'm not against it.
I don't love
But
the New York written across their chest, but everything else is clean.
Well, that's going to be
Yeah, it's
helpful
alright.
when they finally, sell the team and get an owner that moves them to New York.
That guy's not so.
And they're not moving to New York.
They can play the Duck Stadium.
Yeah, we're moving out to Central Iceland.
That'd be great.
Well, they would have to make a facility for Park.
They have to just knock down half of Central Iceland to put a stadium in.
There's a huge Target with the biggest parking lot in the world in Central Iceland.
So just
Plenty
knock
of
the
room.
target.
Plenty of room. There's an Applebee's in that lot. You got food. Great. Boom. There you go.
Nothing says jet football like Central Iceland.
Yep. You know what also
The best-
says jet football? The Nassau Coliseum.
You know what else would be great?
Well, you'd
Lou
have to
Ford
re-knock
could,
down
Lou Ford
the
could be the
MSK.
mascot because he's always in Central Iceland.
That guy still plays to this day.
Wasn't the guy in the movie where the kid became the owner of the Twins? Or one of the guy's names in that movie? What was the movie thing? You know the movie I'm talking about.
I do, yeah, a little
The
bit.
guy- Little Big League. One of the players,
The guy's name was Lou, like the first baseman, like the main.
Lou Collins was his name.
Yeah, the dude, yeah. The guy that just ended up
The guy who
banging
ends up marrying
his mom. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, of course. Good job.
Because he wasn't playing, so he started sleeping
That's
with
it.
his mom.
No, it was the other way around. It was he started sleeping with his mom, so he stopped playing him, which is
Oh,
It's cold.
you're thinking.
it's a cold
Oh.
move.
So it's basically the same storyline as Rookie of the Year
Almost.
in a roundabout
Almost,
way.
but this one, well, the guy, well, no one slept
No.
with Earl Gardner's mom.
The agent did.
Well, no, I'm talking
Well,
about
the guy wanted to be
Gary
the agent.
Busey. No, Gary.
Oh yeah,
Busey
Gary
at
Busey
the-
did sleep with his mom.
Right, so
that's
then
right.
they got rid of Gary Busey. That's what it was. You're right. They got rid of Gary Busey because of that. Gary Busey
They
wasn't a
cut
very
Gary
good pitcher,
Busey
though.
because he was sleeping with his. Right, they stopped
Tough.
pitching him,
He wasn't a very good pitcher.
You know what?
and that led to the cocaine
I've been
addiction,
seeing-
which led to
I've been
Entourage
seeing-
and sitting on the beach with the shirt around his head.
I've been seeing the internet the last couple weeks, but Zach Wilson has that dog in him.
Oh, we haven't had a show. Whoa.
Oh my god.
And the mom
Yeah.
doubling down, going on Instagram Live
With
and
the
showing off
friend.
her
With
friends.
the friend.
And she goes, "Not her,"
Yeah, sure.
and she goes, "Not me."
You were just randomly on Instagram Live. Sure.
Right.
That was great.
God bless him, man.
But he also
Hey.
handled it like he was trying to get the guy to take the
Oh,
video down. Like, just fucking own it. Whatever it is.
It sucks that his friends going out.
It is kind of fucked up that his best friend from college is now banging his ex-girlfriend.
But his best friend from college like stinks.
He's also on the,
Yeah.
he's
He's on a
also part
practice
of the
squad.
Washington football team.
Yeah, he's on a practice squad.
And also, guy, you went to BYU. Relax yourself there, buddy.
They did a plenty of soaking, so let them be.
You went to BYU. Leave him alone.
Oh, Zach Wilson and Jimmer Fredette. That's it. That's all BYU.
Let's go. Let's
Jimmer
go.
Fredette.
My guy.
Jimmer. Westchester
He was
Nick alum.
Jimmer Fredette
Really?
was supposed to be freaking Steph Curry, and he ended
Yup.
up being nothing.
Nothing.
Westchester Nick alumni.
Was he a Westchester Nick? Did they win the
Yeah.
other night? Not the.
No,
the
they
No, they
They-
lost
they-
to the Trailblazers,
Ah.
which
They
was
could not
even
win a
funnier
Because they
because
get
the
trophy
Blazers,
rings. Do you see that? They get
the rings are like the
Embarrassing.
largest championship rings
I
I've
did
ever
see
seen.
that
They're all
somebody-
already on like.
It's more
eBay.
like mocking than like,
Yeah,
they're
I mean
all on
they,
eBay already.
they're getting sold. Those guys.
The funny thing about it is they all have rings, and Lillard just re-signed there and still hasn't gotten anything.
Did he resign?
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he
just signed an
did.
extension.
That like. it
So
was
that means we haven't.
$30 million for
The
2
best,
years.
the
or
other
something.
thing about Lillard, the other quick thing about Lillard was he was on a FaceTime with one of the guys on the team while they were celebrating, and he goes, "Wait, why are you guys all excited? Don't you have a game to play?" And they're like, "We
he didn't
won."
even know what happened.
I mean,
So
it's
we haven't
summer league
updated.
basketball. Do you think he?
We
really
haven't
paid
talked
him?
about the updated Donovan Mitchell rumors. So they won a lot, like we expected. So it's probably not going to happen with the Knicks.
So, interesting enough, I was listening. I forgot who was on. It may have been Tiki and Turney. The ball's in the Knicks court because they're the only ones with the capital anywhere near
Yeah.
of what
Right.
Utah wants.
Right.
But
So,
Well,
there's
when
really
do you
nothing
when do
Utah
you
can
say
do.
it's enough though?
But Danny, you made this point. I think you said it on Twitter, or somebody did. Why is it that the Knicks are the one who always have to overpay? I don't. Why does that?
Because they're
Well,
dumb.
compare. I mean, look at what they just got for what's his name.
Rudy.
I
Talked
said
about that last time.
the Knicks could Knicks would give up the Statue of Liberty in a trade if they really needed to.
Yeah, but that's
And
the
get
old.
fleeced.
That's an old school '90s regime would do that.
Sure,
Now
but
I feel like it's a little different.
I don't know.
I
Right
feel like
now,
I feel like Thibodeau just makes you feel like, all right, we're building something.
so the thing with Thibodeau is he could, knowing the Knicks and the impatientness of the Knicks, he could be
he's gone.
gone next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you mean when Julius Randle averages 4 points a game in
don't say.
I mean,
but yeah,
You have a defensive coach, and you just blew fourth quarter leagues that it was going out of style this year. I don't know exactly how much.
yeah.
That
And he
that
didn't
Rudy
play with the
Gobert
young
trade
guys.
ruined the whole
Yeah.
league, bro. Because
Yeah.
Right. That
not even
made no
Kevin
sense.
Durant could get traded because
No.
of the Rudy Gobert trade.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
like
right.
Rudy
Like-
Gobert, you gave up like 10 players, draft picks, and active players for that guy. And
You
now
know, it's-
the best players in the league are too expensive now.
And the
Fucking
funny
Rudy
thing is-
Gobert ruins everything.
And
Like,
Rudy
everything.
Gobert, right? He
COVID.
started. Remember, the guy who started COVID got all this deal.
Fucking
And you know he was like fourth in scoring on his team.
Really?
Like he's
Well,
like
he's
one
not
of
a
the worst.
scorer.
He's a
but
defensive guy.
player. Okay, cool. You got a guy up the middle now who could stop a guy from going to the rim. How you gonna stop the 3-point shot? How you gonna stop all the other 4 guys on the court?
While he's important, he doesn't cater 5 draft picks, first round draft
No.
picks. I'm sorry.
No.
If, honestly, if they got like 2 or 3 for him, and then said for
Right.
Mitchell we want 5,
like 6,
That's a
5. Yeah.
that's a different story. Now, okay, fine. Now you could kind of argue, okay, it makes sense. He got 3,
So
so you want 5 for Mitchell, who's much more of an active guy on the court. That makes
Right.
sense. But once you get 5 for this guy who's trash, except for when he's got his back to the bucket.
with
Are they good though? I haven't.
yeah, they
Utah?
made the playoffs. They were good.
Okay.
Utah's going the other.
Not
Utah,
anymore.
There's some. Who's the big?
No, I meant
guy on
Minnesota.
ESPN?
Minnesota's
Oh,
man.
They're
oh,
young.
Minnesota's
They
up
were-
and coming.
Yeah, they're
but
young enough.
Minnesota was the one that acted like they won the championship when they won the play-in. Remember
Yeah.
Beverly
Yeah.
and
Right.
Patrick
Everybody's
Beverly, who
like-
they traded for Rudy Gobert.
Right.
well, yeah,
Well,
Anthony Edwards.
But there's something.
Anthony Edwards is yes.
Who's
Okay.
the guy on ESPN who's been there for a while? Big
Max
dude.
Kellerman.
No.
gonna have to be
Booger
more
McFarland.
Booger
no,
McFarland.
Damian Woody. I'll just keep going.
ESPN guy.
You gotta type in
Oh.
big ESPN guy. What is that? What is that gonna get?
Greenberg.
No.
Chris
Oh, it's-
Berman.
Blanking on this guy.
Oh, Perkins.
Kendrick Perkins.
No, it's not the
Kendrick Perkins?
it's not the player.
Is it a basketball person or a football
Stephen
person?
A. Smith. Stephen A. You're not
Are we
really
playing-
helping us
are
out.
we
The guy with
playing
no neck.
Are we playing Guess Who?
Molly Carroll.
Apparently, this guy's got no neck.
Does he have a
That's the
mustache?
straight
Nope.
Who's this guy?
Oh,
Oh, that's
Windhorst.
Brian Windhorst.
My guy.
Okay.
Brian
What?
What
Windhorst.
did
said
they
it.
do? I love that meme. Fantastic.
He said a couple weeks ago, he said there's something up in Utah.
Yeah.
Because the coach stepped down.
Well, Danny
Like-
Ainge took over, which I didn't realize. So.
Apparently,
He's
there's
got-
a lot of negativity going on in Utah when it comes to the basketball team.
Mm.
And they
But-
said,
well-
and he said this trade happened, and there isn't anybody who's happy.
How much better would the Knicks be if they got Donovan Mitchell?
It depends on what you give. up.
Marginally.
Yeah, it
Marginally.
depends what you
If
give
if
up.
you
yeah.
overpay,
See, I see with the Knicks, Leon Rose should be like, if I'm giving you 6 draft picks, I'm keeping at least 2 of my guards or one of my guards. and
Right.
You're taking
Yeah.
like top end.
it's,
I don't want to give up. Like, yeah.
You're
Like, if
gonna
they-
have to choose between Toppin and Mitchell Robinson. Clearly,
Well,
Right.
you can't trade Mitchell Robinson because he resigned.
It would have to be
so
Obi.
It's Obi because Mitchell
Yeah.
resigned. You can't trade him until December or some date of like
Yeah.
that sort.
Kind of weird, but
I would
Maybe
say
they're
Obi
waiting.
or
No, 'cause he
Emmanuel quickly
resigned.
and a draft pick. No.
Well, yeah, like 5.
well, if you also just signed this kid, the other kid, Brunson. So
But that's okay because you move Mitchell to
Randall's
the 2.
contract.
Oh yeah, that would be the
Yeah.
other thing. You would have to get a third team and move him.
Right. So ideally, Brunson makes quickly tradable.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily. Well, technically,
if it's for Mitchell, yeah.
yeah, for Mitchell, but no one else, unless Jesus Christ comes down himself.
So now the Knicks,
unless the Warriors call up and be like, "Yeah, we want quickly for Curry straight up."
the Knicks are Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett. Like that's what we're focusing.
That would essentially be it, and that wouldn't.
That's one thing that Windhorst was saying, that they would want RJ Barrett.
Yeah, and that's
Okay,
not
but I was hearing people saying they wouldn't want him. I was like, I thought he played well last year, but also he was
did.
up at that.
He finally not broke out, but he finally was consistent enough to be like, all right, we have something.
Right.
Unfortunately, he is not Ja Morant, but he's something.
I'm just saying that.
And how about Zion getting a max contract for playing like 10 games the last 2 years?
He's played
Must
10,
be
I
nice.
think he's played 20 in his career.
It must be nice to be that guy.
Well, the Pelicans, you got to sign him. Like, you let him go, what's left?
Yeah, if he pulls a James Harden coming out of Houston, takes off the fat suit, and all of a sudden he's windmilling on people, you got to sign that
today
guy.
too. By the way, speaking of him, he signed his deal today.
Yeah,
He
2
got a
years,
2-year deal.
60-something mil.
It's a shame that they didn't really capitalize on the Anthony Davis trade more.
The Pelicans.
Because, they already lost Lonzo to the Bulls.
68.6.
But Ingram's good, so.
Ingram, yeah.
I thought Harden was signing a lower contract so that they could get people.
What did he get?
2 years,
2 years,
68.6.
68 million.
Including a player option at the end.
That's
Okay,
not terrible.
Like
35.6 player option at the end of it.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
The
so
NBA
never mind.
the
Wait.
NBA has
Harden will
monopoly,
make 33 for the 2022-2023 season, so that's this year, and then has an option after the year for the 23-24, which is 35.
So it's a 1 year deal.
Basically.
Right, so he could basically go right back into the free agency. And
Well,
be
that's
like,
what they
"All
do.
right,
He's just gonna opt out.
And the NBA is monopoly money anyway, so
Sure.
it's not real money.
There was some crazy thing that, like, as crazy it is, like, looking at baseball payrolls, if you look at the NBA, like, team payrolls, there are teams that have a payroll that's higher than basically the entire NHL.
Oh yeah. Well, the NHL is a joke with the money, which is.
Well, you got to realize a lot of the money for the players is sponsorships in the NHL. And also they do a lot of advertising overseas, which is where players get a lot of their money. So it's you don't see where they're getting a lot of their money. So it's like they're getting decent contracts, a lot of guys. It's not like they're living in poverty. I mean, your first deal is $300,000 a year. That's pretty good to start off.
Well, for us, yeah.
Yeah, but for a
but
league,
they're also getting all their equipment for free because they're basically sponsored by the equipment guys.
But for a league that has a actually, there's obviously more hockey players on a team, but like it's comparative. You know, Connor McDavid makes like 12, or Austin Matthews makes like 12 mil.
That's comical.
That's and that's a bench player in the NBA. That's a veteran minimum or something like. I don't even know what that is.
It's pretty funny.
Bench player would probably get more.
Yeah.
Well, the NBA, like, see that those are the two extremes. The NBA is too crazy, and the NHL is not enough.
Yeah.
Well, the NHL also loses money because they have the worst commissioner in sports, and they have to be locked out every 6 years. And
although baseball just have a lockout, every commissioner stinks.
Adam Silver should run for president. He's the best commissioner in sports.
Somebody brought up like the MLB lockout
until they talk about China.
Right, exactly. Then he has to go be the prime minister somewhere else. They somebody told about the MLB lockout on a podcast I was listening to, and I was like, I almost forgot that happened. That was a traumatizing like 3 months.
Yeah,
nobody noticed the NBA wasn't even being played. Everyone was just like, okay, start on Christmas because that's when everyone starts to watch basketball anyway.
That was actually awesome.
If the NBA just did that and just
opening day was on Christmas Day. So
if the NBA was to do that every year, nobody would blink an eye.
We've been saying that for 10 years, Steve.
But I don't know.
We literally have.
You gotta remember though, the season after, that's when all the injuries happened and half the league was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
you don't
true.
have to play a full. You could cut your season down. You know,
You'd have
go
to
from
shorten the
Christmas.
season, right?
Yeah.
Go from Chris. You play 62 games instead of 82. You go from Christmas to.
Well, now you're
But
getting
you're
into,
never getting rid of 20 games of
right. You're getting into
revenue,
lost
so-
ticket sales and things like that.
And if
Which will
anything,
never
they
get
added
done.
games because of the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, some of these places are getting, and they said that's not going anywhere, even though LeBron's
They're-
complaining about it because he's all for
Well-
it when he's got the best team in the league, but when he's got to play in it,
Did you
it's the
guys
worst idea in the world.
Did you guys see the clip of him the other day on the
It's
show?
whatever. It's like us
He-
playing against them.
No.
Yeah,
he-
exactly.
there
The
was
Drew
a-
League is him
Oh.
playing against guys from the street.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, but he had a clip on a show.
Oh,
Somebody said like
the
their face.
barbershop.
Yeah, on the
his
barbershop.
show.
Yeah, they're like, oh my, you know.
Brittany Griner.
Somebody told me a quote. No, somebody told me a quote that was like, it was something about perseverance or whatever. He just goes, "Yeah, it's my favorite quote. I say that all the time." And the guy was like, it was like his high school coach told him. I was like, "You just take everything. You don't give a fucking shit."
Well, his comment
Listen,
about
that's the
Brittany
reason why
Griner
he's the
was
first
clearly
ever $1 billion athlete.
What did he say about Brittany Griner?
that if I was in her shoes, I'd be so upset with the United States of America. Something along those lines.
Well, wasn't it
Well,
like
maybe
her
she should- maybe
coach that
she
said if
should've
she was
been-
LeBron, she wouldn't be in prison
yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, they're trying to make it they're holding her because of race. They're holding her because she's a woman
She's a
and
les-
all that.
and a
fun stuff.
lesbian.
And she's a lesbian, and that's why they're holding it.
They're probably
Tried to
not
s-
wrong.
Right,
though.
they're probably
like it
not
was
wrong
like
at all.
weed oil.
Yeah.
Like,
But you got to know what countries to go to and
Yeah.
not go.
You
And
do.
you
gotta
can't be having a weed pen when you know that you could be made an example of at any moment.
right,
Because
if that's
you're
one of
black
us, they're letting you
woman.
go. If it's one of
Because
us, they're
you're-
letting you go. They're not going to care. No one's going to care. If it's
You're a
one of
black
us.
lesbian in Russia where you look like you're towering over literally everyone in Russia. So
Just
And they're-
like
and they're
just
like,
like
"Oh,
what Dan
it's
said,
America."
you got to know what these countries allow and don't allow, and what they're strict with. There's a wrestler who used to be Ring of Honor world champion named Michael Elgin. He's wrestling in Japan. He stole protein powder, and
From, like, a
he's
store?
facing 5 years in Japanese prison for stealing protein powder.
But he stole it
So-
from like a grocery store.
Must have.
I'm assuming, yeah, but
I
That's
thought
crazy.
New Japan's doing well. What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Apparently-
This dude, how? I mean,
That's
you got to steal your protein. Like, what's going on, dude? I don't know, but
yeah.
yeah, he's facing 5 years in prison, bro, for protein powder. So could imagine weed.
They're also. I'm obviously you're right about them trying to make an example out of her just because she's
which obviously, and then
Yeah.
the whole conflict with the Ukraine, they're like, all right,
Right.
it's America.
it's like-
we're gonna.
There's also those you see those headlines or they're facing whatever. If something happens here, you could face 30 years in
Right,
prison.
right.
There are parameters to these things.
Right.
It doesn't mean she's going to prison for 20 years in a fucking Russian prison. At least I hope not.
But like the whole trade system, that story about the whole trade system was pretty crazy too. That they were like offering to like get a train killer from like the KBG. I'm just making up KBG, but a known like crazed killer to go back to Russia for Brittany Griner.
Oh,
I don't
like
think
from
that's
us?
happening. Yeah,
They're like trying to negotiate this, and it's like
it's like the Jazz.
Coming up with it to be named later.
they're like,
It's like-
future considerations,
it's
please.
It's like the Jazz and the Knicks right now. And the Jazz is like Russia. We'll give you like 10 guys,
You gotta
Guys
give us
like,
back Snowden, and then you can have her.
like a legitimate like killer for
Right,
Brittany
we're
Griner.
probably like, listen, you give us her and Snowden, and we'll give you.
Right, whatever one of the, yeah, exactly. And we'll give you. We're gonna give you Mickey Rourke from Iron Man 2, and you can,
You can have
get
Mickey
her
Rourke
back.
You can get whiplash.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you Black Widow for
Right,
Brittany
exactly,
Griner, sure.
exactly. She's a traitor. She killed your whole country. You get her?
Yeah, but she gave up her soul, so she's gone. So
She's
you
dead.
gotta give up her
Yeah.
sister. Gotta give up the
Right.
sister.
Right.
The sister, yeah.
Yeah, so hot.
Yeah,
Emily
exactly. We got to
Pugh.
keep her. Sorry. Florence Pugh's got to stay. Sorry.
Florence Pugh, sorry. I
Yes,
said
Florence Pugh. All right. Do we have any more Packer questions?
no, fuck the Packers.
This is such a weird.
This is
I wish this was a press conference.
this is better than any press conference I've actually watched.
No, it's not better than the poor ESPN woman asking a shitty question to Aaron Judge yesterday.
Hey,
So-
are you going to be a Yankee next
Danny,
year?
You think about Jacob the next time you ask that question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
You
fucked
wanna
up
be
too.
pre-
He literally used the sick kid to fucking get him to
I mean,
tell
that
us where
was
he's gonna put it.
Fucking sad. But she's like friends with. Like she's been there forever. She's like friends with them.
Oh, after every guy went to every one of the Hispanic guys were in the home run derby, she was hugging them, and
So yeah,
And
like she's the Yankees.
she's close with everybody in
Forever.
baseball.
You want to laugh? I did not know what I did on Monday. So what happened was I was taking
What?
care of my. I was taking care of my
Were you
I was
hanging
taking
out with
care of my-
Brittany Grinder sent you stuff, didn't she?
100% sober. So what happened was I was taking care of my son. My wife put on ESPN2. I didn't realize it, and I have,
Okay.
and I'm just seeing launch angles and like they're talking
Oh, there was a
about
nerd
nerdy
home run derby.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a
Got it.
nerder
The
version of the home run
Statcast. There
derby.
was a Statcast. So
Got
I'm
it.
thinking this was the real ESPN, not thinking of it, not
Got it.
caring.
Got it.
And who was the girl that did ESPN, the Sunday Night Baseball the last couple years?
What's
Who
her
worked for the
name?
Mets?
No,
What the
cute
fuck,
girl. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
Jessica, is it
Mendoza.
Jessica Mendoza.
Jessica Mendoza.
And she was just putting out just the most outrageous when Pujols was up. She's like, don't you think they want to lose for Albert Pujols and just give him something to win? Like back-to-back rounds. And I'm
The
like,
funny
what are
the
you
funny
what are
thing
you
about
talking
that, her
about?
saying it. The funny thing about her saying it is they were saying the same thing on regular ESPN too.
I would not be surprised if Schwarber threw that. I would
Did
not be
you
Oh,
guys
surprised.
also
he did 100% threw it. Come on.
Okay, so two things. One was Schwarber. Apparently, like somebody went back and watched his round,
Well, yeah, whatever.
and they didn't count like 3 or 4 of his home runs.
And that was another thing. They gotta fix actually us watching the home runs and not the pitches. I'd rather
count-
see them
yeah.
land.
But the counting was fucked up too. Like Pete won the round, and then he had to hit another one for them to stop it. It was weird.
And
They,
also,
they were very
and also on top of it, like Carl Ravage, I want to know what screen Carl Ravage was watching because he said like 3 or 4 balls were out of the ballpark.
The
They
same
landed
guy-
in the infield.
the guy on the SmartCast did the same thing.
The balls just landed
And I
on the
should have
infield.
known. And I
So
should
you
have
just
known.
didn't change the channel?
I thought it was on ESPN. I didn't realize it.
okay.
I just didn't
Listen,
know.
in
But I'm
fairness,
saying you realized
listen,
it, and then you didn't. Okay.
And in my head, and what happened, the funniest thing, I should have known because I'm like, who are these nerds and Jessica Mendoza? Who are these people? The guy had the map of New York City where Citi Field is in the Bronx, and he's like, oh, Pete Alonso has hit as many home runs as mileage to Yankee Stadium from Citi Field. I'm like, what are we doing?
That's a nerd
And then-
stat right there.
So what happened was, I was waiting for the Jeter doc, and when my wife said, "Oh," my wife goes, "Why is the college football press conferences on before the Jeter doc?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's weird," but whatever. Thought nothing of it. Then it still came on, and then I saw the bottom of the screen was ESPN2, and I go, "I watched the Statcast version of the Home Run Derby this whole time, and I didn't realize what happened."
Oh, that's funny.
So I went on ESPN and watched the Jeter doc. It was
So
pretty
I
good.
recorded the
Yankee
Jeter
porn.
doc to watch
Tomorrow-
record the repeat of
Yeah.
episode
That's
1
what I told her
into
to do.
episode 2. That's what I set it up. So
Smart.
it's gonna record episode 1. Episode 2 will get recorded twice, but then I'll go back into the series and
Fix it.
delete. To
I
not
have
do duplicate.
ESPN Plus, so I'm just watching
Yeah,
it on there when I get.
Snacks told me it's episode 2's tomorrow. So,
Um,
but it's Yankee porn. So
Sure.
basically that's what I heard too. But like I don't know, the whole week, the whole 2 days, like once Pete got out, I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I didn't really.
Yeah. I just had nothing else to watch. So
Right.
I should have watched.
Two interesting tidbits from the home run derby though. So one from the All-Star weekend. One, Soto, Washington refused to pay for him to get there.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So it
didn't
came
hear
out.
that.
So his agent came out and said how to get his own flight to LA to and from because Washington, after he rejected the contract,
His agent
said,
is Scott Boras. He can pay for a goddamn flight.
right. So basically that's what that was. And then
Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
And then the A's pitcher that was selected.
That I
Of
heard
course.
about.
Oakland didn't want to pay. So shout out to the Astros.
Are we shocked about that?
We're not shocked that they wouldn't pay, but shout out to the Astros for actually like,
of course.
taking care of the guy.
Well, it's funny. I don't know. It wasn't like he brought it up. Like the way he said it was like somebody came to him and was like, "Do you want to go with the Astros?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah. Private jet.
But so like, who told the Astros?
Let's see. Go sit on a plane, probably next to some old lady and a baby, and
I would hope they would get him first class tickets at least. Like he was flying on a commercial flight, but I would hope he at least have first class.
Like they're taking that part of Moneyball where Brad Pitt's asking the owner for more money to a different level. Like they're not even like they don't even have the more money.
They're not smart anymore though.
And they said, Manfred said he's like, if they want to keep the team, they got to figure this out. Like
just move them
now.
Like last year at the deadline when they thought they were good, they traded like a young left-handed pitcher, Jesus Luzardo, who throws 100 miles an hour for Starling Marte because they didn't want to pay Marte's whatever was left of his contract.
Right.
When he got traded,
and they were in the
Miami.
wild card game.
Yeah, they were in but like
every couple of years they seem to just kind of get into that wild card game. They just sneak in there.
Did they get in?
Melvin and stuff. No, it's 2 years ago. Oh, did they get in? No, I don't think they did.
No, they weren't in last year. 2021 MLB playoff.
Might have been 2020.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, they made this trade for Marte, so I don't know if it helped.
Yes.
No, they were not. It was the Yankee Red Sox wild card game last year.
Right.
Remember Cole got lit up in Boston.
It might have been. It might have been 9. It might have been 19.
ESPN reporting NBA fining Golden State Warrior owner $500,000 for criticizing league's luxury tax system and discussing collective bargaining agreement talks.
I don't blame him.
So hey, we lost money. So can you give us $500,000? Thanks. we just paid you a bonus for winning the championship, but we need that back. Thanks. All right. So before we go, since we don't really have a show, I believe the rest of July, Weird Jay, our wrestling guy, SummerSlam in July, kind of weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
Don't like it.
I don't get it.
I was like super pumped. I was like planning around. I was looking for the date a couple weeks ago, and I was like planning around. And I was like, July 30th. What the fuck? The hell?
I remember it being like August 20th.
It's always supposed to be like the
we were going back to
before
school
Labor Day. It was
we were going back to
Sunday
school,
before Labor Day.
Yeah.
And then Labor Day weekend was college football. Back to school, NFL football. There you go. You're into fall.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But
we're so close.
They're also doing what's it called in September? The England show, right? Or Scotland?
I think that's September. Yeah, in Wales.
Early, right? In Wales, Jay, right? That's like early September, so that's probably why they had to push SummerSlam back. Also, I guess it makes sense because they want to use football stadiums now for SummerSlam. So it does make kind of sense to go into July. I don't know why anything would ever be at Nissan Stadium, though, in Tennessee, because the Titans don't even want to play there anymore.
They did it for Jeff Jarrett, bro.
I can't believe he's going to be. I can't believe he's wrestling the night before. And then he's going to be a special guest referee in the same night. And
this is the weekend of Double J, bro.
So, first off, this is the worst SummerSlam card in the world. They need to just only have the Uso Street Profit match and the Last Man Standing match and just call it a night. But he's going to guest referee. They pulled his shoulder was up at the last pay-per-view. Granted, that was probably the match of the night.
Yeah, they've been doing a
Money in
lot
the
of
Bank.
faulty, weird finishes with the Usos and the Street Profits. So now,
They don't really want to put like knock down the Usos, but they also don't
yeah,
want to push the Street
yeah,
Profits down either, because they're both up there.
yeah.
So
So
they're having
to
Jeff Jarrett Nashville. So why not have
yeah,
Jeff Jarrett be the special
Mr.
referee?
Mr. Music City himself, they have him coming in to be the special enforcer slash, referee to make sure everything goes down perfectly. Now, the funny thing
This
about it
has
is,
Dawkins hitting
oh
what's his
yeah,
name in the head
real
with the
quick,
guitar, and the split up finally happening. They're splitting up the
yeah,
Street Profits. It's just a matter of
yeah,
when.
there. Which means in about 6 to 8 months, Angelo Dawkins will be future endeavored, and Montez Ford will be the U.S. champ. So there you go.
Dawkins will be debuting that one time on AEW in about 6 months, and then you won't
Yeah,
see him again for a year.
yep. just like John Morrison over there, Mr. Johnny Elite. We saw him once and haven't seen him since.
Right.
He'll be
Well,
on the AEW Dark Show on YouTube.
they said AEW signs a lot of guys to like one matches and then like calls
Yeah.
them in every so often. That's how AEW basically runs their thing. Like they have their guys they pay, but then they have they have a lot of guys that they just bring in for like a special night or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a lot of one-offs with guys. There was a guy on NXT that he was a part of Tony D'Angelo's family. You know what I mean? And he did something retarded that got him fired from NXT. 2 weeks later, he's on AEW doing an enhancement job. He was a squash guy. So it's like AEW literally, just waits for these guys to get released and just use them on their TV.
Right. It's usually like their hometown.
Yep.
And I like how MJF hasn't been on TV in like months now since his tirade, and like
yeah, they're really milking it. I mean,
they're really milking that tirade. I'm waiting for him to show up at SummerSlam next week and just kind of like come out.
If WWE really wanted to just blow everybody's brains or whatever, have that man either show up at SummerSlam or be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble.
So my God, yeah. Dude.
I saw
that would be pretty good.
TikTok, and it said how Austin Theory is going to win the championship next Saturday.
Yeah.
So Lesnar Reigns is in a last man standing match. They're going to like go all over the arena. They're going to go all over the arena. They're going to go to where the electrical wires are, spear into the electrical wires. They're both just laying there. The guy starts to count down. Theory comes out and goes, "Hey, triple threat match," and he's just going to stand there.
And they both can't get up. Yep.
And he's just going to win the belt by just standing there because nobody likes Theory.
I don't mind it. Listen, a lot of people complain, and I'm one of them, that we get the same shit. And we're getting it here at SummerSlam. Brock and Roman, we did a show before WrestleMania 31 eons ago. We're at WrestleMania 39 coming up in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar was in that main event.
2 a.m. in the morning to recap that show. I hated him so much.
It's like hilarious.
At least it was a good one because that was the heist of the century. That's when Seth Rollins cashed in on both of them, won the title. I see Theory doing the same thing. Now, they're previewing this as the last time they're going to wrestle each other. I hope so. They've been doing it for 8 years straight. SummerSlams, Survivor Series, they've taken each of the big 4 pay-per-views and they've wrestled each other on it for years. So everybody's saying we need new stars. We need new stars. We have a new star in Austin Theory, 24 years old, in his prime. You wanna shake things up? Put the damn belt on him. Why not? At this point, I don't care. Put the belt on Austin Theory. I'm with it.
Hurt.
You're more likely, because you got to realize that McIntyre is probably going to win it in Wales.
Yeah.
They owe it to him to give him a big spot in that pay-per-view due to the fact that he got screwed. If anybody got screwed COVID-wise, it was him.
Yeah.
His moment
Drew was the COVID champion. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then after that, the fans came back and they put the belt on Lashley.
Right. They took it off him. Breaking baseball news. Dennis Keuchel has been designated for assignment yet again.
Oh, didn't even know he got picked up by a team.
Arizona picked him up. Well, they're looking to trade everybody anyway.
Did he even pitch in the major leagues?
I don't even know.
You couldn't have.
So Theory
Guys,
wins the championship. The Usos keep the championship. They put the belt on Drew in September, and then boom, they let Reigns take a couple months off. Randomly show up at the Rumble, win the Rumble. Reigns takes the championship back at Mania. Got it. Just run it back every year.
I see Cody winning the Royal Rumble.
Should be fun. I can see them splitting the belts up again eventually.
Yeah,
they should going back to a split up on the belt. So,
and the funny thing is, SummerSlam is not even the biggest show of the weekend. It's just like you said before. You got SummerSlam Saturday, then Sunday is Ric Flair's final match. They have a big old pay-per-view with wrestlers from every organization being represented. You got New Japan, AEW, ROH, which AEW owns, so whatever. You got wrestlers from Mexican promotions, and in the main event, WWE is even represented because you got Ric Flair with his son-in-law Andrade going up against Jay Lethal and the vice president of live events, Jeff Jarrett, Mr. Tennessee, Mr. Tennessee himself.
I said it to you. There will be nothing better than the way they end that match of Ric Flair's son-in-law super kicking him, knocking him out cold, and letting him get pinned by somebody else, and just walking out. And then Charlotte just comes out and just drops the ring because we haven't seen Charlotte for months. So
we haven't seen Charlotte in a long time. Yeah.
So this will be the perfect time for her to just be like, "Oh, divorce papers. Here you go. I'm going back to work."
It is interesting though, but that might be actually a lot of. I mean, obviously, more commonly, a lot of eyes are going to be on SummerSlam, but I think the way they're building it up, that Ric Flair pay-per-view card is going to get a lot of eyes too.
Yeah.
HBK.
You watch it on YouTube. You watch it on YouTube in 3 hours.
Yeah.
HBK said it. They asked him about it. He said he doesn't blame him for getting back in the ring. But if I'm HBK, I'm heartbroken. That moment is one of the top moments of our lifetime. Of him.
Yeah. Well, Ric Flair shattered that a year later when he went to TNA.
Right. Exactly. So it's wrestling. They cycle it all over.
This has the wrestler movie written all over it too. He goes for like a figure four and his heart.
Oh, he's gonna die. He's dead. Boom, yeah, sure.
Dead. And then the lights go out, just like in the movie when he jumps off the ropes and the whole thing goes, and the Springsteen song starts playing. It's just gonna be like that. The whole lights are gonna go out. They're just gonna have like the emergency exit lights. Everyone, please leave.
Yeah.
So the ambulance can come in and pull him out.
Yeah, it's a shame that at his age he has to do this because he obviously needs money. He can play it off all he wants, but the dude lost his money a long time ago because of his crazy lifestyle. So
he had 17 divorces. So that's
paying alimony out the ass, bro.
All right,
him and Favre.
God knows how many kids he has.
Him and Favre are the alimony.
Yeah, exactly.
Child support and alimony, and we thought, what's his name from the Jet? Cromartie was nuts. Alrighty, boys. That is the SND podcast. Jay, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. We are getting much closer to football season. When we are recording, we are officially 50 days. When you are listening to this, we are less than 50 days away from the start of the official NFL season. By the time we record again, all the camps will be open, so we can start talking a little bit more football. Everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you guys soon.